Hi, I'm Pastor Kurt, and this is your 5-minute Bible study. Today, we're going to look at Acts chapter 22, verses 12 through 35. In this scene, we hear about a death threat that's been given to Paul. And it's not just any death threat, like somebody comes up to him and says, I'm going to kill you for this, that, and the other thing. No, this is a long, thought-out plan to kill Paul. Here's the plan. These Jewish people who are upset with Paul say to the chief priests and the council, they say, we want you to request Paul from the tribune, who I talked about in the previous video. We want you to request Paul from him, have him send Paul to you, and then while he's on the way, we're going to kill him. We want to ambush him and kill him. Well, Paul's nephew finds out about this. The son of Paul's sister finds out about this. Somehow, we're not exactly sure how, but he finds out and he mentions this to the tribune. He's like, do not send Paul, because if you do, this is what's going to happen to him. And the tribune listens to him, which is remarkable, right? He doesn't know this guy from anybody else, but he listens to him. He takes this information seriously. And so he does not send Paul, and so saves Paul's life. He then sends soldiers and Paul and a letter to Governor Felix in Caesarea, because the tribune's not exactly sure how to handle this situation now. So he needs the governor's help. And he sends this letter, basically asking for help, sends the letter with Paul and these soldiers who are basically acting as Paul's bodyguards. Because remember, there was a plot to kill him while he was en route somewhere. So now these soldiers are basically protecting him as he goes to see the governor. So the things we need to notice here in this passage is that even Paul needed help. Sometimes we think about Paul as this larger-than-life character. We know that he wrote a whole bunch of letters that have made their way into the New Testament. We know that he told people a lot about Jesus. We kind of put him up on this pedestal. A lot of people respect Paul, but Paul was a regular guy. And he needed help. He needed help here, for example, from his nephew. A little interesting tidbit is this is the only reference we have to Paul's family. Nowhere else are we told anything about Paul's family. What we know is that he had a sister, and that sister had a son. We don't even know this nephew's name. We don't even know the sister's name. All we're told is that this nephew somehow found out about the plot to kill Paul and then warned the tribunal guy about it. That's it. That's all we know about Paul's family. We would like to know more, but that's all the text gives us. So this nephew helped out Uncle Paul, and the tribune helped out Paul by sending him to the governor with all these bodyguards. It's like, okay, I need to figure out what to do with you. I don't think you're really guilty of anything, but I need to know how to handle this situation. So I'm going to make sure that nothing bad happens to you, so I'm sending all these soldiers with you. Even Paul needed help. He needed help from his family, and he needed help from authorities. In both cases, though, Paul didn't ask for this help. People just gave it to him. Sometimes today, people will ask for help. They will ask you for help, like, hey, can you help me with this thing? And then you'll probably say, yes, what do you need? How can I help you? But sometimes people don't always ask for help. Sometimes maybe you don't always ask for help. But people still need help. You still need help. Sometimes it just takes someone being observant to notice, it looks like this person could use a little help. What can I do for them in this situation? And sometimes people might notice that about you. Even if you don't come out and ask them for help, maybe somebody just comes out and helps you. They support you, they encourage you, even though you didn't ask for it, and they still do it, right? That's incredible. That's a reminder that not only does everybody need help, but it's a reminder that there are people there who will help. Sometimes you're the one in that helper role, and sometimes you're the one who needs the help. But whichever the case may be, this text reminds us that even Paul needed help, and there were people there to help him. Today, there are people who need help, and there are people there to help them too. There's your 5-minute Bible study. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.